I think that might be the thing is all tracksuits.
I don't think that's gonna be cost effective, but maybe.
Not everything great has to be cost effective. Well, you know what then? Let's make a podcast, dude.
Let's do it.
This is non-professional development. My name is Ted.
My name is Ted.
No, wrong.
Oh, you're with Ted. I'm and Dave.
You're Ant. Yeah,
So
I'm with Ted.
And Dave.
This is non-professional development, and
It is.
dude, I can't believe we're on episode 4 already.
That's why I'm wearing this turkey tuxedo. It's a sweat.
It's to commemorate episode 4.
This is very comfortable, and this is how I'm feeling on this episode. I feel like we're there.
I'm in
You
my
are- yes, that is quite the Hawaiian shirt there, my friend.
but it's got Bluey on it. It's got I'm rocking my dad vibes with Bluey and the Hawaiian theme.
I'm rocking my non-dad vibes with the
Right. From your birthday last weekend. That was fun.
1970s issue here.
That was fun that we got to do your birthday last weekend. I was really enjoying that.
Yeah. So Goose, we got so my birthday is April Fool's Day, which is pretty fitting for
You,
birthday
yes.
fool. Yeah.
I like it.
And so every year for the last 25 years on April Fool's Day, we have my favorite holiday, which is Thanksgiving. And so, Thanksgiving in November is where you have your family and everything like that. Well, Thanksgiving in April is friends only, and it is awesome. And it's usually
I
just
appreciate that invite. Yeah,
it's usually just
Oh gosh.
it's usually just nonstop.
All right, let's
laughter.
this is the end of the podcast for
It's usually just nonstop laughter for 3 or 4 hours, and everybody leaves wishing that they had never eaten ever.
Oh God, I love it. I realize I'm a decade member now. I got like the silver wings, like a decade member of doing
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
Been
Been a long
but
time.
that was a great time.
It was fun.
But what I
Sounds-
did realize
sounds like a
that
blast. Yeah,
oh,
sounds great. A lot of good.
There's only
food.
so much room, but,
Yeah.
but I'll expand it
I,
out.
I think
I'm only 5'7". I
Oh,
would
wait.
have been that.
I think next year. But I think the most important part that came out of that birthday Thanksgiving was the amount of people who had square dancing.
Yeah, what the
school.
heck? Everybody Goose, you're not gonna
Everybody.
believe this. Every single person there had, except for me, every single person had square danced in high school.
I told you I'm
So we're
right.
talking-
no, elementary
talking-
school.
We're talking like they went to
9 guests
Not
that were
a-
at this house. 9 guests
Not named
had
Ted.
had all
not just
square
named
danced,
Ted, but they went to school in real places.
and
like,
that's yeah.
They were not homeschooled.
I could not believe it. I was smashing my face. I'm like, what? I couldn't believe it.
All right. What about Swish? Did we?
Nope,
Still
that
big
was- he
zero.
was
Yeah,
nailing
okay.
on that one.
All right.
Yep.
Yep, that was.
I'll get to my new one. I'll get to my new one this episode. But this is our April break. I mean, for us, every teacher's different. Around the world's different. Around the country's different. But this is our April break episode.
Yeah,
Phew.
pretty awesome.
This is like like a lot of teachers. This is like
Did you have Spirit Week this week?
no, but I know you did because you came to my spot, and I know you did. And Spirit Week is the funny thing I want to.
They did it
bring
the
up.
week before April Fool's Day. Yeah,
Yeah.
or before April break.
But for teachers, I think we can all agree April break is like you've crested the hill, and it's like whew, we're there.
Yeah,
We got a couple more months left. Teachers, we see you out there.
well, you start to get
Hang in
sad.
there.
You're gonna lose your seniors. Like
yeah, you know what?
you're
It's I still don't have
gonna
seniors yet.
Go off and do the world.
Yeah, kick them out of the nest. I don't have seniors yet, but it is becoming more and more like real to me. Like this is the first class that I'm letting go, and it's crazy. Like it is emotional.
Yeah,
It's,
yeah,
it's like
yeah.
I built them up from
Yeah.
13 to 18. You know what
Yeah.
I mean? It's crazy.
Do your kids ask? My students ask. I guarantee you, other teachers. It happens with other teachers. I don't know why they feel that they need this gratification, but they always ask, "Are we your best class? Are we your best class? Are we the best students you've ever?"
Are we your favorites?
Yeah,
Are we your
favorite?
favorites?
And it's every time I'm just like, I'm not answering that question. They're like, "We're not." And I'm like,
Well, you know what's funny is like it's like I always joke with them, like it's good practice, like as an actual parent. I'm like, you're all my favorites. They're like, that's impossible.
That's what I said.
And
I said the same.
they're like, that's impossible. We can't all be your favorites. And I'm like, yeah, I know. I just have to practice. You're not all my favorites, but I just have to practice because that's when I have to tell my real life kids when I get home.
Yeah, that's
they're like, and when I'm like, yeah, you're right. You're not all my favorites. The best is when they look at you, they're like, wait a minute. Who are your favorites?
See, my
them?
favorite is, so I tell them, you know, so we do the debriefs at the end of every week. So like we sit around like what worked, what didn't, you know, like I want to make the lessons better. So you know, we sit around, I'm like, all right, so here's this lesson I taught you guys. Did it work? Did it not? Like, did you like it? How can it be better? And I think we're some of the only people that do that on a regular basis. But anyway, so from what I've seen anyway, but
and I'll come back to that in a minute. But
most other teachers have like a set curriculum that's been in stone, you know,
right?
Whereas ours is kind of flexible and we're still growing.
And we're still building what we're doing.
But like, you know, I sit around, I'm like, did this work? Did this not? And like, they can say whatever they want as long as it's respectful, you know. And it's always interesting to see. And I always say, like, you know, the class after you is going to be better. Like, it better be. Otherwise, it has to be. I'm not doing good.
Well, yeah,
I go, and the class 3 years from now is going to be better than you. Like, not the class, but what they did. You know, like their lessons and everything. Like I said, you know, I'll tell my freshmen like what the seniors did. I said that the seniors, you know, they suffered for you. Like, so you should be thankful because there's a bunch of lessons that I don't do with you because it didn't work for them, and
or vice versa that I did with that I have done with you now, or
I did with them and it was awesome, and we made it better. And so they're like, oh, you know, and so whenever I tell them that, they're like you could see the look in their face, like no one after us will be better. It's like, no, it should be.
Unfortunately, it should be. But I think that's a point where, like, for our pod, for the most part, which is funny and hilarious, this is one of those times right there forward, you know? That we can like put something out is like, because even if you have a set in stone curriculum, I think there's some value to like sitting down with your class, be like, all right, how was that?
So you know what I learned that I get out of it? You know what I found I get out of it is I find out what other teachers are doing that's awesome. Yeah. So like this last one, we were sitting around and, you know, like it was for EMT. You know, the EMT lesson, that's hard. Like that's a whole academic year. Man. You know, it's really challenging curriculum. It's a national.
Speaking of that, I got to text Goose a picture
but
that he can bring up.
It's a national standard.
Actually, I can't. Never mind.
It's a national standard curriculum. Like, so there's not a lot of flexibility. And so like you ask the kids, well, how can you do it better? How can it work? And you know, you provide a lot of things for the kids. You know, like I provide videos, you know, additional content, stuff like that. Yeah. And then some of the kids are like, you know, one of the kids said, like, you know, every other lesson would be cool if you could do the guided notes like Miss So-and-so does. And I'm like, huh. I'm like, really? Like you know, guided notes would work? And said, yeah. And then the next kid chimes in and said, yeah, that would actually, I would like that. You know, because, you know, some of the lessons are hard they're slow. And I'm like, okay. Yeah. And then they tell you what other teachers are doing. Like, so another student said, hey, you know how we did the trivia and how we did trivia and you tried to make us, you know, quiz us with trivia and that was a lot of fun. But this other teacher, and she uses this website and we can tap on our phone or a computer and it pops up on the screen as to who was the first answer. So like Jeopardy.
See, that's smart.
I'm like,
dude.
What? That's so cool. But like, I didn't even know about that.
Yeah,
and
same, dude.
So you find out from what other teachers are doing that's super cool, and I was like, that's awesome. So like, I don't know, but anyway, the debriefs are so easy to do. Like you know, and so we have a couple rules. They're real simple. Like we say we always have an object, and we sit in a circle, and you have to pass the object.
We do the same thing.
You have to pass the object. You can't speak unless you have the object. The object keeps going in that order. You can say anything you want as long as it's respectful. You don't have to say anything. You can pass it on without saying anything, and try to keep it short. Otherwise, you'll have a kid that talks for an hour and a half.
We both know who's our.
But
talkers, so
I do it at the end of every week, and I tell you, like,
same, dude. It makes such a difference, and it's like one of those things where it's like you said, like even if it's like not what you're doing right or wrong, if somebody brings in what somebody else is doing, it's huge, man. Like, and I've done the same thing as like even. You know, I'm still pretty new at this. Like, same thing. I sit them around. They're like, well, and I actually bring them in now and maybe something you do is like once in a while, if I have the time, I'll sit around the upper class and say, this is what I'm doing with the class that
Yeah.
you already went through. Here's what happened when you went through it and when we did our debrief. How do you think I can make it better for them?
Oh, I didn't do that.
Yeah. So
That's
it's like,
cool. So,
so
you know,
like-
like,
so
I
that-
started including the upper classes with the lower classes, though. So, like, I'll have
Yeah.
the upper classes, like, grade the lower classes. Like, they'll do, like, a poster
and again, we have the
project.
luxury of that.
Yeah,
But
and, like, they'll grade the lower classes poster. But, yeah.
But I started asking him, like, hey, you guys did this. And when we did our roundtable, we were like, hey, how can you do it better? How can you do this? We did that. But, like, we're going to do this next week. What do you think that we could do to make this better?
That's cool.
From you going through it. And they were like, oh, well, maybe if you tried
That's
this,
cool.
maybe if you tried that, maybe if you had this involved. So it's just
That's
a cool.
That's cool.
cool
I got to
opportunity.
tell you a pro tip on this one, just because I know you know it, but I don't know if anybody listens to this.
Listeners.
The best way to do it is make sure you have. First of all, it takes more time than you think. Like these usually
It
take
does.
about an hour and a half, which is crazy. At least an hour.
But it's worth it. though.
Yeah, but what you got to do is the last time you pass it around. Oh, and I keep changing the direction.
Oh,
But
yeah, big
the
time.
last time you pass it around, I usually say something nice about the rest of your class, and that's it. And you can't imagine what comes out of these kids' mouths. Like they're whatever's going on in their life comes out, and you're like,
Yeah, man.
I didn't see that coming. You know, it's like this past one that got to like a kid halfway and it says, we had a fire in my house and we've been staying with relatives this whole week and I haven't been sleeping and it's been hard. And you all don't know that you're my family. And I'm like getting misty eyed. I'm like, oh my God. All
Yeah.
right. Wow. Drop
Like
that
I said,
bomb.
anytime you're wondering if you're doing the right thing out there, teachers, you definitely are. What's funny you say that too is like, for us is like same thing. Like we have
you really need to be in a sweatsuit. This thing is so comfortable.
so
Feel
comfortable.
that.
Now you
That
made me
nice.
lose my train of thought.
That nice.
Now I just feel how soft and
This is super
bedazzled
soft.
that is.
So I got a sweatseato.com. I just found the website and they're not even our sponsors. And this thing is like, it's
If they want to be, they can.
like,
Oh, we have to do that in a minute. But before we do that, I just want to say one more nice thing before we go into funny stuff. It was actually that was at in my classroom as well. One of my juniors got student of the month. They just started doing it.
that's cool.
Student of the month for all of the juniors, and it was all of her classmates that put her in for it.
Oh, it's peer voted?
Peer and then teacher as well.
Wow.
But they all put
That's
her
cool.
in for it, saying like, "Listen, she's been working really hard at EMT. Like, she's definitely like one of the better ones out of us. Like, and she's the first one willing. Like, when people are asking questions, like she'll be the first one to
Wow.
answer questions for people. Like, so it was really cool to see like the cohesion
That's cool.
and all of the other areas of the school. My junior won because of my kids
Yeah, that's
rallying around each other, which was super cool.
Hey, you got Cree family.
Yeah,
Hey,
well, I think that's the biggest part.
Are you Goose? Should we? I'm thinking that I should go first because I think it's kind of funny. Ted, you don't know what's about to come.
Well, first,
No.
I want the gifts.
Oh no. This has to come first.
Okay. Yeah. Listen,
So
I own the show, but apparently
So-
I'm not in charge, people. This
so-
is more important.
So
Let it rip.
I've pre-planned this with Goose,
Let her
and you don't know.
Oh, God.
Oh yeah. So there's something in that bag
Oh, God. Cut all of this.
that says "Happy Birthday" to you.
Hey, wait a minute.
It's not.
It's not my birthday.
It's not. That's
Oh,
a
God.
big bag too.
It's
So
an
I
inordinately
have to
big-
tell you, Ted.
I didn't
So-
ask.
Well, hold
You
on,
know,
hold
I
on.
didn't ask. See, the ridiculous thing is this. I didn't ask any
I
questions.
wanted your genuine reaction,
and now,
which is why
now I regret not asking any
I
questions.
wanted your genuine reaction.
Just
which is why
give
you
a
don't know.
little. Just give a little context for
Mhm.
people who may have missed.
Yeah, no, I think that's a great idea.
who may
Yeah,
have missed,
yeah. I'm gonna be doing that. So,
Mm.
I like this because this is gonna be your genuine reaction.
Yeah. No,
So,
it's going to be.
Last show, I think it was last show, maybe the one before.
Yeah,
whatever.
last show.
I'm not doing
So,
Swish on the show
last-
if that's
no,
what you guys are
Last
going to
show,
fucking make
we
me
were
do. It's not
we were
happening.
discussing about our faculty rest, our faculty break rooms and what that looks like.
Oh, yeah.
And also, how it's basically like a prison, just tile
Mhm.
everything so you can power
Yep.
wash that stuff. Well, during that episode, we also discussed bidets. And I realized after that show that I was not going to accept a no on a bidet for my teacher's lounge.
Right.
So I made one and I tested it and it works and it's epic. And I'm going to show it to you. I brought it.
Okay.
And before I show it to you. Now I'm
It's
going
in a happy birthday bag.
before I show it to you, let me just explain my
Yeah, no,
process
please
here.
do.
So I first started, I sat down, not literally because that would have been actually on the toilet, but in
theory.
I was in the bathroom at the teacher's area the day after our show.
The one where everyone also eats lunch, by the way, because it's one door.
Yeah, so that's awkward. But so I'm sitting there and I'm looking at it and I'm like, all right, I can't connect water to the wall, because it's industrial. That thing is bolted to there's no way you can do that. So I said, all right, I'm gonna have to think this one out. So I go home and I started Googling house water pressure. Do you know what your house's water pressure is roughly? Goose, can you Google
normal house water pressure?
Water pressure. So this is going to be a very important thing. Very important.
And
I'll show you why.
I imagine it's not high.
It is 40 to 80 psi.
40 to 80 psi.
40 to 80 psi.
So,
57 is ideal.
What I did was
The sweet spot.
What I did was
Wait, what? Well, hold on. Shut up. What's the sweet spot?
The sweet spot being 60 psi for optimal performance.
So
wait, no, hold on. I have more questions. I'm sorry. I think the nondescript possible basement it warrants more questions. The sweet spot being pressure as in when you wash your hands, or pressure when you shower?
House water pressure. Yes.
Well,
all of the above. It's all of the above. That's everything.
Yep.
That's everything.
It's,
that's just
so 80 being you're taking a shower, 40 you're washing your hands.
No, that's just the pressure going through your pipes. At any of your pipe locations,
okay.
60 is the PSI. So anyway, I took this data and I said, okay. And so I went on the Amazon.com. Oh, no. This is going to get good. So I went on the Amazon.com and I said, all right, there's no outlets in this bathroom. So I found a battery-operated pressure washer. And then I bought a bidet, and I connected the two together. So I have a battery-operated pressure washer. So the problem I found was that the pressure washer is rated 70 to 90 psi. 70 psi would be still powerful. 90 would literally destroy.
Well, that's gonna rip your butt out of your body.
Any possible.
That's gonna turn your positive pressure into negative pressure.
So anyway, this is what I made. Let me get it.
Oh, okay. So I hate that it's in a happy birthday bag.
Can I just pull up a couple of the?
In a minute.
Okay, all right.
So here's what we got here. So it is a battery-operated pressure washer.
For your butt, though.
For your butt. And so you take this bad boy, you connect it to the toilet seat, and then you take this, you just turn it on, and I think it makes.
You're gonna spray water
noise. No, I'm not gonna do it. But what I liked about this version of the battery pressure washer is it's USB-C, so you can charge your poop chute thing here.
Literally.
But anyway, so
this
Goose,
is the craziest podcast
can you pull up
I've
the
ever
picture
been
of
part of.
any of the pictures? Not the So this is me actually cutting the bidet so it would fit on the industrial toilet, because I don't know if you know this, but the industrial toilets
they're bigger
at the schools. No, I wanted the ability to be able to take it on and off because I'm bringing this with me, and I will gladly walk down the hall.
Right. Well, so my question is, I know we're not to the end of this slideshow yet.
We're not.
I know.
If you can imagine.
I'm just your entire thing was.
I don't think you know how amazing this is.
I'm not saying that it's not a great thing. What I'm saying is, you were like, hey man, one of my big gripes is I have to walk down the hall with my wipies in my hand or my pocket.
No,
and
I feel like I deserve a better experience pooping at a school.
No, I don't think that you don't deserve it. And okay, maybe I should just go with the slideshow.
Well, so before we do that, so this little project of mine,
we'll be on Shark Tank season 7.
We can.
Mark Cuban's in.
Honestly, this is a good thing.
Actually, it is a good.
I'm not going to sell it, but feel free somebody else. But basically,
a mobile.
This
is a mobile bidet.
It's amazing. And when I
Does
say,
it work?
Oh,
So I'm not
clean.
touching it.
So clean.
So
But
I'm
anyway,
not touching it.
well, no. So here's how I figured that out. All right. So this battery powered thing, this was like, I don't know, say this was like $80.
Why does it look like there's antifreeze in there?
There's not, but it holds like 3 gallons of water, which you don't need, by the way. I figured out that you need about a half gallon to wash your butt. But anyway, so then it came with a sprayer hose, which obviously won't work. So I cut that, and then I adapted it, and I made it fit using numerous compression fittings to actually fit the Lux Bidet Neo 120, which is pretty awesome. But anyway, so yeah. So this you power this thing on, you fill it up with water, you bring it in, you hook it up to the toilet, you sit down, and it works. You have the next picture on there. So this is me taking the sprayer attachment apart. So this thing was literally meant to wash your car. So
I was going to say, what is this actually meant for?
So 90 PSI, by the way, is a lot. And we're going to talk about that because there was some...
Well, you have trial and error.
There was some mistakes made. But anyway, so...
Goose, can you look up what does 90 PSI water do to your butt?
No. Don't Google that. But anyway, so... this was 70 to 90 PSI. But like I said, this is USB-C rechargeable. It's pretty cool.
Yep.
Yeah.
Real quick, just to preface this, it does say that water pressure above 80 psi is considered too high and can potentially damage your plumbing system.
Yeah.
So if that's a damage your house,
it
I can
almost
only
damaged
imagine.
my plumbing system, and we'll talk about that. But anyway, so this thing is really freaking awesome. But so the next picture is this is me like gutting everything and taking it apart so I can make it fit.
I just love the coffee right in the
which
background
was
there,
Death Wish coffee. Come on, man. That's
I'm
awesome.
not. Yeah.
But you
Death Wish
see how
coffee.
many-
If you want
You
to
see how many pair of pliers
sponsor
I needed?
us and this death machine.
See how many pairs of pliers I needed. But the next picture is the big one. So this is actually hooked up to the faculty toilet, which you can see.
You know what?
And this is the same toilet where you asked the custodian if you can get a bidet, correct?
Yeah, and they said no. And so this is me not accepting that answer. So there is the bidet filled with 3 gallons of water. And it's got, I know, I love that this is your actual reaction because this was, I made sure that nobody told you about this. So that's it hooked up to the faculty toilet. And so I want you to know that there was about a dozen students.
This
so
was like
there was a
spaceship from fucking Toy Story.
So there was a dozen students that watched me go through this process because this was not actually on. No, just this part. Like
okay,
not,
all
like,
right.
There was
Not
no
the actual.
anyway. No,
Okay.
But I was proving to them how anything is possible. Anyway, so
Right.
I said, so this was a joke. My seniors were laughing at this, but so this thing's all set up, good to go. Power, battery on, everything's good. And so I said, all right, this thing, let's test it out. And so the next is a video. Are you ready? I'm ready. So that little Tupperware is that's the simulation of Dave's butthole.
Okay.
And so hit it, man. So it works no problem.
Yeah.
Like it hits that thing. So what is a little tough to hear on this audio is that is 90 psi, and
that's a screamer.
that's
a lot.
It does the job. But that thing is that cleans it, no problem. And so I did test it for real about a day after this just to see if it works. And it works, and it works fantastic. And because they have the dial, you can actually, even though it's higher PSI, you can still control it.
So you can dial it down.
Yeah, and then so what I do is I carry this. But by the way, this is now stock for me at the school, and everybody knows I have it, and I don't care. And when I go to the bathroom, I carry it with me because I don't care, don't care. But anyway, so I carry this 3 gallon.
Because listen, if you're gonna make in the school, you might as well make in comfort.
It is a battery operated butt pressure washer.
Yeah.
How long does it take for you to hook this up? Like what?
Not 2 seconds. You just slap it on there, put the lid down. You're good. It's literally that fast. But the crazy thing is that I carry this, and it comes with. So I keep a thing of Clorox wipes.
Right.
And so after I'm done, I Clorox wipe this off. I throw it in the bag, and I take off.
So Mark Cuban, if you're watching this,
Listen, this is a good idea.
that's a great idea.
So-
A mobile bidet.
And any teacher can make this. We'll post the 2 items that I got. And
Listen,
the
teachers-
the compression fittings. It wasn't that hard. But this total thing costs, now granted, this is a lot. You're going to be like, oh, that's something.
I was going to say, what's the sticker shock
so
on
this? This is about, I would say that I think this is about $110. However, that is for the rest of your career.
Instead of wipes.
Pooping, like, it's amazing. Like, it's just
so
you're
if you
completely
are
shower clean every time.
Yeah, if you're a teacher.
we will post a wiki how-to.
Yeah,
is what you're saying.
Yeah.
On how to create it.
If you want to, if you're a teacher and you want to make yourself a mobile
it definitely
bidet,
beats the stick on the rag on the stick. You know,
I really think that you should patent this.
Nah. Look at that. Look at that close up. Like, look at that.
I'm just saying, it looks great. That's what I'm saying.
You don't
I
even,
feel like there's
you
a
don't
patent.
even know. I mean, how clean you can be if
With
you
just
have
your
a mobile
bidet.
bidet. And this will work on any industrial toilet. So you have somebody that works in an office building, right? They have the industrial toilets.
You're
not
working
anymore. Not anymore.
You're
Say
working
you-
that CNC machine at 2 a.m.
And here's the thing: say you have your own corporate bathroom. All right, so I could pitch this to the principal because the principal has his own bathroom.
Huh?
Like, hey, let me just tell you, I'll hook you up right here. You don't have to.
Right.
Even, you don't have to ever move it. You have to take it out.
Do you think that thing is TSA flyable?
No,
Okay.
I think it's more than 4 ounces.
Well, I mean, if you put it in your luggage.
I don't think so. I'm gonna guess that the wires, batteries, and fluid might trigger somebody to ask something. But then when they pulled it out, they'd be like, "I need one of these.
I gotta have one."
So you might be a sales pitch.
That's what I'm saying.
But yeah, that
You
thing
might
is,
you might get fined $5,000
that thing
by
is,
TSA. But
is pretty amazing.
I'm just saying, this bidet is the exact model, in the most hilarious way,
Yeah,
of what we show our kids have adapt and overcome. Of just like, you got a problem, we'll fix that
it.
problem.
Yeah, your butt not clean. We'll clean.
We'll
that.
clean that butt, dude.
Yeah,
well,
that
well,
butt's
we
clean.
won't.
No,
But
we're gonna show you.
There'll
how.
be a machine to do it
Right.
for you.
But like, you know, as it's like one of the kids was saying to me, they're like, Mr. C, like, how, like, what's the big deal? What's the big deal? And I said, you're driving, right? He says, yeah, it's got my car. I said, just got a new car, which is pretty cool, by the way. But
Yeah,
so
one of mine
the-
just started driving
But
too.
the kid said, I go, hey, when a bird poops on your window, do you clean it off with dry paper? He goes, well, no. I go, well, then why are you doing it with your butt? It's 2025, damn it. And the kid says, and
Dude,
you
that's
could
like
see, you could see the light bulb light up. I said, go clean your
Dude,
butt
Katy
with a-
Perry
with a-
fight song
go-
would be going crazy
yeah,
right now.
Go clean your butt with a battery-operated pressure washer.
That's right.
Yeah. By the way, just for anybody out there that's looking to try this,
It's trademarked.
you really need to not get a more powerful version. Like this.
Oh yeah, we're gonna hurt
It's
somebody.
It's slightly painful.
Well-
it cleans, but like any more than this amount of psi, whatever this thing's putting out, and I don't know what the actual psi. on this thing's putting out,
Non-professional development does not
but
take any responsibility
But-
if you buy a pressure washer and clean your butt
and then
with it.
connect it
We
to your
will
butt.
we will link in the wiki how
Yeah.
the
Please
exact
do not
model to
clean
do
your
Yeah,
it.
butt.
but
Please.
even that, like, I don't know if the battery over pressurizes or whatever. Like, it would definitely lift you off the toilet. Like, you'll be floating above the toilet.
Please do
Make
not
sure-
give yourself
You'll be
an
clean.
enema.
You'll be very clean. But,
Yeah, well,
but you'll be
it'll
hovering.
be coming out your nose.
You'll be. It's like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, I thought you'd appreciate that, man. Like, I.
No, dude, I mean,
that
it's
last
an
episode,
incredible.
I'm like, why don't I have a bidet? And then it started to bother me.
Yeah.
And I went and I took a picture and then.
Well, you were. I mean, at one point you were like, I'm gonna get a 55-gallon drum.
Yeah, so this
And
is
that's
better.
crazy.
So while it's only crazy because it's not, I could connect this to the 55-gallon drum,
Well, you
and then I wouldn't
could.
need water for the entire school year.
Right, but it's gonna start to get algae in it.
Oh, so you would then run
yeah.
you'd run like a hose from
Yeah.
there to fill that.
So, and that would
Okay.
actually work
Right.
because it only takes about a third to half a gallon to to clean your butt.
Right.
So
The-
at that 55 gallons, we're talking what 160 or 150 days of school. This would literally
You'll
clean your
make
butt
it.
for the whole year with a
Um,
55-gallon drum.
The name of this episode is already gotten just crazy out of control, and I love
Why?
it. So,
I made a battery-operated butt pressure washer.
yeah, you did. Well, I think there was more you wanted to show
I
me.
made
though.
it for you.
Good for you. It was in a happy birthday.
Yeah,
bag,
no, that was
so
it. That was
better.
it. That was
Wait, is
all.
that mine now?
No. Oh no.
Oh, that's
no.
yours.
Oh yeah. This is.
Oh,
are you-
so
let me tell you how good this is. Like,
So it
You
was
will
a
not-
gift, but it's not.
Yeah,
it is not.
I made you a gift. But it's not a gift.
You will not. I'm telling you, I can make you one. That's how amazing this is. Like when I say amazing, like I will not. Like this is. I feel like I'm on a throne.
It looks like you're going to like weed whack like bushes.
It does have the weed whacker colors. It's like a greenish yellow and black.
I think you should throw one of our stickers on it.
Yeah, like smash a sticker on it. I think we should at this point. We're working through this episode. We got some gifts on the table though.
Yeah. So so our sponsor, Red Planet Resorts, they sent me a couple tickets for YouTube. So this is a ticket to Mars. Here you go, and this is a ticket to Mars for Goose. So inside it's got
That's cool, man.
an engraved metal ticket to Mars, which is good for 26 months. So when you scan that ticket for 26 months, it takes you to Mars on your trip.
That's cool if you want to.
And it's got some
On my
some
camera there, this
stickers,
is
some stickers, and then some
absolutely cool.
some stickers, and then it's got some simulation Mars dirt, which is
This is dope.
chemically accurate to Mars with like a little desk holder and stuff.
Yeah, man, this is cool.
But the cool part about it isn't what you get there. It's it's that there's it's a 26-month trip. So like whenever you scan your ticket, it shows you where you are on your trip to Mars. But just kind of a fun thing.
Oh, this is cool, man.
So
Super
You
simple.
just want to give a little background.
I got it. So our sponsor, Red Planet Resorts. If you are looking to take a trip out of this world,
Or just a fun gift for somebody. That
fun
likes
gift for
space.
somebody you're talking about, but you're talking about sending them off of this planet. Red
There's,
Planet.
well, we got to see. Like, there's people I would like to send off this planet.
Well, that's
different.
true.
That's different.
But if you want to send them on an awesome makeshift trip, Red Planet Resorts, man. This company is so cool. It is a 26-month.
Yeah.
26-month trip to Mars. Every single day you get to check in, see where I'm at. What excursions do I have today? Am I going to be on a rover rolling around Mars? Am I still on the trip there? Am I taking yoga class
Well, you know
while
what's
I'm
cool is
overlooking the galaxy?
It does it. It hooks it up with real time science. So like it shows how far you'd actually be.
Even cooler, man.
What your communications delay would be. What your that's the simulation Mars dirt.
Yeah.
Mark, don't eat that. That's it
Yeah.
specifically says
I'll show
do
it.
not eat.
Don't need it.
And that little holder.
It does.
You get to put it on our desk.
That little holder that comes with it, Mark. You just put it
Super
upside
cool.
down in that holder, and it.
It's a great sponsor.
Nice little desk ornament for you.
These guys do a great job of making you feel like you are actually on the trip. Every single day, you get yourself a captain's log. You get yourself an excursion. You get yourself something to immerse you in that trip.
Even
That
got
6-month trip to Mars.
the actual solar wind weather and shows how it'd be affected.
You know, so if you're
Cool.
if you're in some sort of solar storm, something like that. So this is not just your everyday virtual reality thing. We are super stoked to have them as our sponsor. This is your welcome box when you come in, just like we said, welcomes you in, gives you your personalized experience.
Yeah, it's cool. So, it's just a fun gift.
Redplanetresorts.com.
No problem.
We're working on it right now, but probably maybe a promo code in the future.
Definitely. Now we can do that now. Yeah, they'll give us one.
Yeah.
Sure.
So hit us up, non-professional development as a promo code, and you will get yours soon. So back to the episode. Did the Easter Bunny visit your class?
Yeah. So I brought a picture
Recently?
for Mark. So this is just one of those things. Like, so we talked about how like pep
Have-
rallies,
Like,
rallies would
just
be
being
like
interrupted
in the middle
insanely
of your
crazy,
day.
dude.
Yeah. So like
Okay.
imagine
I have one too, and it's crazy.
like this is nuts. So like there's got to be teachers. Yeah. So there's got to be teachers. Yeah, that's the picture. So there's got to be teachers that have like. So this is new for me for schools. So we've already talked about how Ted and I, we didn't come from teaching, and this is all new to us. Well, this is something like I'm in the middle of teaching a lesson. Like we're talking about the respiratory system for EMT, like critical stuff. Like the kids are taking tons of notes. And this bunny walks through the door, and like, what do you do at that point? You know, so like, and then the bunny's just waving to everybody, and the bunny's walking around, and like the students don't know what's going on.
Yeah.
But so like, imagine this in a boardroom. All right, so you're about to sell a $200,000 business, you know, right? And a bunny just
it's
walks
$1
in.
million business.
Just
so
a
that's
bunny
it.
walks in, starts waving. not doing anything, but just waving, not giving out candy, not doing anything. Like just a bunny walks in, and the bunny is taking pictures with people, and the bunny's there for 20 minutes. And it's like 20 minutes is a long time.
Long time.
Like that's a third of a period, So I'm like, what is?
Well, you couldn't
why
even
is this
see
here?
on like the kid's face.
They have no idea what's there. Why is there?
It's just.
But like, why is there a bunny in the classroom? Like it just walked in. Okay, so Easter is the same month. Is that what they were going with? But like,
what is up with the hat?
Well, he just took it off of one of the kids. But like what? Why?
The hat is great.
But
though.
like, this is one of those things. It's like, well, what if this happened like in a police department, a roll call? The bunny just walks in and then waves at everybody, and everything stops for 20 minutes while people get their picture with the bunny. It's like,
you're at Petco and the cashiers just like, Janice, Margaret, get over here. The Easter Bunny's here.
But
you're trying to check out with your dog food, and they're like, well, no, the Easter Bunny's here.
yeah, like it completely derailed everything. By the way, the bathroom is right behind the bunny. Is where that bidet
the
magic
bidet is,
happened.
naturally.
By the way,
more important.
so I don't know if you could zoom in on the box next to the bunny. So I have that. I think it's hilarious. It's neglected, forgotten, or misplaced student property.
I love that.
Because anytime they leave something, I just put it in the box, and so it's
just builds up over
the problem is that it never empties. Like,
oh no,
like they don't even know who's.
I've only been doing this 3 years, and I have enough shoes to open a Payless.
By the way, see that above the bunny's head? There's a little light. So that is the emergency light, which I think is funny because as I was testing the bidet, there's like an emergency call thing by one of those pull cords, literally like a parachute ripcord, right?
Yeah.
Next to the toilet. So if you're having an emergency, like imagine you're sitting down, your legs are straight out, you're holding onto the bowl, and you just grab the ripcord. Like, I need help, right?
Yep.
When I was testing this thing, I'm like, I might need to set that thing off. Like, and it triggers like an alarm. The light blinks and it goes to the main office. I'm like, it's like I got my hand on the pull cord when my other hand is on the dial. Like, I'm gonna turn this thing on. Like, I may need this.
This is your first real test.
If I go, like if the pressure's so strong that it launches me off the toilet, I'll take the cord with me, which will then pull the cord.
Right.
So I had a death grip on this cord because I'm waiting to like get launched into the wall, and it didn't happen. So I didn't
thank God. I mean, proof of concept.
Just speaking of bunnies, real quick, this was me one time on Main Street, and I'm surprised no one.
Speaking of bunnies,
yeah.
Oh,
yeah, that's still a better bunny than the one that I had.
It at least looks
mine looked
friendlier.
My bunny looked like it. It looked like it.
Yeah, like one of like the 1920s. Like pull up 1920s Easter bunny.
No, look at that. It looked like it. It looked like it was the one that you maybe got from the back of a cereal box in the 1920s. Like,
yeah, no, that's
they had cereal in the
look. It's still like the shirt is wrinkled.
Did they have cereal in the 1920s?
I had cereal in the 1920s, dude.
Dude,
pull up 1920s Easter bunny.
No, pull up 1920s cereal. Did they have cereal in the 1920s?
Yes, they had cereal in the 1920s, bro.
How do you know?
Okay,
it could have been oatmeal.
7
the
cereals
National
found.
Oats.
Only 7 cereals.
In 1920. Cornflakes.
I mean, that's enough
Cornflakes.
cereal.
Click on that. I want to see the pictures. Oh yeah, that's what we needed. We need
crumbled bran.
We need to bring those boxes back. It literally looks like a chemical.
The fact that some of these still exist and probably taste exactly the same is
Quaker Oats. Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, dude, cornflakes.
They were all
taste
Kellogg's.
exactly the same, dude.
They were all Kellogg's.
It is Kellogg's.
There's an independent.
That looks like. By the way, that looks like baking soda. But anyway.
Oh.
Yeah.
So speaking of interrupting your class and somebody just walking in, it actually jumps out. Still search 1920s Easter bunny because it's insane.
I'm surprised you're.
So I was teaching class the other day. Yeah.
Oh, you're right.
Just hold that.
Oh my
just hold
God.
that for a second, dude. Just hold
Terrifying.
that. So
no, you need. Oh my God, that is what happened to us.
That's crazy, dude. Right? That's what happened to your class the other day.
Oh yeah. There's
so,
terror.
Wait, there we go.
Oh,
these are.
That's not
Easter,
a bunny. That's
Easter
a
bunny.
That's like that one's actually like a deer head with bunny ears put on.
Oh my God! Look at that.
Okay.
No wonder that kid's crying. Oh my God!
Jesus.
This is so I need to make this tuxedo into something else now.
Like, wait, there's your like scroll up one. That's the bunny that came into your class.
Oh man, this is
Oh, there it is. Actually,
I like the kid's face.
Well, it's missing the blue accents to go with it.
I gotta
Right,
be honest,
but-
like
Right.
that's
Oh, good.
that
God.
face was the goal I have of teaching every day, is to get that face reaction out of that face. I want my kids to have that face every day in class. I know I was successful.
that's the face they made when I
Just
rolled into
utter
your school the other
scream
day. And
terror.
when I rolled over the speed bump getting into your school the other day, that was about the face that they made.
Oh man,
Um,
that speed bump.
But no, so it's funny. Speaking of interrupting class, so I had somebody walk into my class and like we're doing our thing, and like they came in to like ask somebody a question, and on the way out they're like, "Well, why do you leave so quick? You didn't say hi to me?" He goes, "Well, I don't know, man. It looks like you're the kind of kid who gets
Say
your."
hi to me.
Yeah, it was like we had somebody come in. And they were like talking to some students, like getting some paperwork
Were they
done.
dressed as something, or they were just
No, they were just there.
okay?
They were part of the school. They're there. They're getting some paperwork signed. And as they were about to leave, one of my other juniors was like, "What? You can't say hi to me? You don't like me?" And he goes, "Well, I don't know, man." He goes, "It seems like you're the kind of kid who gets his homework turned in upside down most of the time."
Oh, that's a slight.
Oh, it was a big burden. It was so funny because they were there for honor society. And they were like, "What about me, mister?" He goes, "I don't know, man. You look like the kind of kid who gets your homework turned in upside down back to you."
Eesh.
And in the moment, I was like, I cannot react to this.
Right? That's ouch. That's a burn.
But it was also
So I
hilarious.
So homework back upside down back to you as though you
well, it
you
just
suck.
means that the score's low. So you
Yeah,
don't
like-
want
so,
Oh,
anybody
that
to
was
see
me
it.
that every day. in
Yeah,
school.
like-
Well,
I
so
was
here's the
definitely
thing.
100%.
So I turned back. I think because of that, I turned back everything upside down. No matter who,
Yeah, right,
no matter
right,
what
right.
kid has it. But I think more telling is what they do with it. So like that's the bigger reaction. Like you can tell anybody in the class because the students they don't handle their emotions. They still can't process stuff.
Right.
So the kid flips over the paper and like yes, or the kid flips over the paper. Oh, like there's no in between. And so like it doesn't matter how you hand it back to them. It could be
Right.
face up, face down. They're gonna tell the rest of the class how they did. Like so,
right.
but I mean, I still turn them down. I turn everybody's back upside down. Like I don't want anybody.
Oh,
to
big
see-
time.
I'm not gonna be the one responsible for letting that.
Well,
cat
I
out
also
of the
don't do
bag
like anything
they
on
can.
paper anymore either. And we just released the
No, I still. Well, that's true. I still do.
once in a while.
I do,
but
yeah, I still do quite a bit on paper. But
once in a while.
yeah, I no, their reactions are.
All right.
pretty-
Before we start working our way towards April break, well, we're already on it.
Where's
but
April break? I'm smoking ribs this week, man.
you are. I can't wait to come
3,
over
2,
for
1
them.
method.
3, 2, 1,
man.
baby. I'll
3, 2,
be
1.
there.
Do it. By the way,
Uh,
are you like a Kansas barbecue or a sugary barbecue?
I
Vinegar or sugar?
I'm a vinegar man.
Yeah.
I'm like a Carolina barbecue guy. I mean, I love that vinegary.
Yeah.
I love that vinegar barbecue sauce too, like that like red pepper vinegar bite to it.
Now, when you smoke the ribs, are you wet rub or dry rub?
Dry.
Same.
I'm a big dry rub
Same.
guy.
Same.
I don't introduce anything moisture
I
until
feel like I need to introduce our audience to Mitmita.
dude, Mitmita is
However,
great.
they're- without proper like
If you don't do
guidance,
it right.
you could die.
Yeah, you don't want to. It's like eating
Everybody.
it's like eating the
finds
Mars dust.
Oh my God.
It's like eating the Mars
Oh my!
dust.
Don't suggest that. No,
don't eat the
eat the
Mars.
Mars dust. Don't eat the Mars dust. But yeah, so Mitmita, if anybody doesn't know, Mitmita is I don't know if Goose if you know this. If you Google Mitmita,
Google
it's
Mitmita.
MITMITTA or something. Yeah, so TA. So it's an Ethiopian spice. My
So good.
my cousin worked for the State Department and worked for not the State Department. He worked for that nonprofit organization where you go help everybody.
Peace Corps?
Yeah.
Peace Corps.
So
Yeah,
he was with the Peace Corps and he was in Ethiopia and he mailed me back Mitmita. I'm like, I don't know what this is. And he says, trust me, just listen to me. Cook any meat. Doesn't matter what it is. Chicken, pork,
Dunk it right in there,
beef.
dude.
Does not matter what it is. I said, okay, how do I see? He said, no, don't season it. Any meat Doesn't matter. Don't season it. Just cook it. I go, well, how should I cook it? Should I grill it? Oven, pan. He goes, it doesn't matter. You cook.
Is this it right here?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
You
dude.
cook any. Well, you cook any meat any way you want. You could boil it. You dip it in this. You just dip it in. Like you keep a little container on your table and you just dip it in and you eat it. It makes anything absolutely incredible. The only problem is that you cannot inhale when you're taking a bite. This stuff is straight fire.
Oh, big time.
And
So
if
it's not a dipping sauce. It is a
it's
dipping
not a
dipping
sauce.
just
It's a
dipping
dipping
spice.
powder.
Yeah.
Yeah. It is absolutely incredible. It makes
Like, you
anything.
can't breathe.
It's
It
super
makes
delicious.
anything amazing. But it
Super
does
delicious.
look oddly just like the Mars dust in that kit.
Yeah.
So don't
Don't
eat
confuse
that.
Mita and Mars dust.
But, yeah,
I'm
I do.
gonna end on this, dude.
wonder if you can put that in
I got
ribs.
another episode of things that happened to Ted in school. That I don't know if it happened to anybody else.
You mean the Easter Bunny wasn't?
I was
The Easter Bunny
I was vindicated.
didn't happen at Joe's tire place. Like,
I was
the Easter Bunny just
vindicated.
came and they stopped putting tires on cars. Oh my God, the Easter Bunny! It's like the ice cream truck showing up. I got to imagine that's what it's like when the canteen truck shows up on a job site. It's like everything stops. The bunny is here.
A 10-car crash on the highway. Like, we'd love to get you out, but the Easter Bunny's here for
You know what?
pictures.
They didn't do a leprechaun for St. Patrick's Day. Like why did
Well,
Anyway, sorry. Keep going.
So I was vindicated as far as square dancing goes. More
I
people
still
did that.
am not
Swish
happy
is
about
out.
that.
My call to the 90s, I suppose, this week is
Spirit Week.
no,
They
not
actually
Spirit-
did
no.
that in my school. They dressed as the 90s all week.
My call to the 90s of things that happened to Ted, and maybe not anybody
Ted
else.
in school, yes.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did any of you, when you took the school bus to school, okay, in your
Have a
school,
bidet.
you had fire drills
Oh
in
my
your
God.
school? Shh,
Bidet toilet seat on the bus.
that's crazy. Quiet. In
We
your
arrived to
school,
school fresh.
did you ever have? All right, so I had fire drills.
Yep.
And
They didn't
once,
have earthquake drills. They had that in the
Fire
bus.
drills meaning like how to exit.
like how to exit the
Not
school.
how to start a fire. Goose.
So when I went to school, they also had school bus emergency exit drills where
What?
they would park the school bus in front of the school, and the bus driver would get out of the school bus and run. And I'm talking like 440 drill to the back of the bus, open the back of the school bus, and we would all have to file out of the
So-
back of the. And he would help us, and a teacher would also run over, and they would leap us out of the bus like moon dancing out of the bus.
So
Did any of you have? So
I-
here's my question:
I remember that.
You had that?
I had it. I remember it, but I remember it so vaguely that I know it must have been less than third grade. It had to be first, second, or third grade. Like it was that. I remember it so vaguely. I do remember.
Yeah, so they stopped at some point for you.
I don't remember any of the logistics. I don't remember as much as you just did.
Right.
I remember though jumping out of the back in a line with the class at school, and there was it clearly wasn't an emergency. So I remember doing that.
Like the alarm of the back door of the bus going off. Goose, did you have that too?
Well, hold on. So how long?
Wait,
So
wait,
Dave's saying he doesn't remember past third grade.
Yeah.
How long do you remember doing this? Let's.
Oh,
let's
Ted
go
did it
to
last
that.
week. I
Wait,
gotta imagine.
wait,
His poor
wait.
kids.
Wait, I
like,
just-
he has
No,
him,
no, no, no.
he has him jumping out on like to a mattress, but except then he takes the mattress
Wait,
down.
this-
He's like, all right, here's
see,
real
this
life.
is where I'm
Here's
already
the concrete.
Wait, hold on. This is where I'm already starting to feel targeted because I can feel the way you two are looking at me. Of like, all right, wait a minute.
I will
You
say-
remember this
hold on. No,
way
no.
too well.
I actually have. I'm way more vivid than Dave right now.
Okay,
But Dave said third grade. I would like to know where you were at.
you're asking when
You did it too?
Yes.
All
I
right.
did do it.
So you're asking
all
when
three
did
of
the
us.
bus driver stop helping me by my hips out of the bus?
Yeah.
and for
in
the
front
record,
of the
this
school.
was in front of the school. Okay. This
Yeah.
wasn't
What-
just
what
he pulled
grade?
over.
Yeah, no, yeah. This
All
wasn't. This wasn't just the bus driver. Like, hey Ted,
In-
we gotta have you get out of the bus.
In
Yeah.
the rural
Yeah.
parts of where
He's
you
like,
were.
I know this is a cornfield, but we're just doing an emergency drill.
So what grade?
I think the last time that I did an emergency bus drill.
Do they still do these?
I don't know if they do anymore. Yeah, do they?
I don't
fucking
know.
do these anymore?
Maybe in
Mine
corporals.
one.
Keep going.
I was a sophomore in high school.
Come on. No way. No way.
Yeah.
That late?
Wow.
Dude, that's
Because
abuse.
I remember last time I had.
No, I'm flagging this. That's abuse. Like,
This is the last time
like,
I had.
what is this? Like what's that? What's that? Oh God. But
Because the last time I had to do it, because I stopped doing it because the next year I started driving.
But
And I was
what's
like, I'm not doing this back at the bus drill anymore. And that's crazy. I said, I'm not
No
doing this. Oh, wait,
way.
here we go. Yeah,
dude, they filled the bus with smoke and the bus is actually moving. What kind of drill is this?
I will say they did not fill my bus.
and I didn't
What,
get
is
to
that
get
a
out the
side
side,
door?
dude.
Well,
No.
side doors didn't exist when we were doing this.
Yeah.
That is a side.
Oh,
come
and they had
on.
people help.
So, hold
Mine
on.
was just the bus driver.
That's Shiratza t-shirt. That
Wait,
kid's
can you
rocking.
look up what's the movie where Patrick
teacher was-
Swayze lifts the lady
Yes,
over
that's
her
what I
head?
was thinking.
Yeah,
Like
that's
where
what
he
they
does
did to
the
me getting out of the
pirouette,
bus.
the-
Yeah, Patrick Swayze.
Not Schwarzenegger. It's close, but
I
the
wasn't-
pirouettes.
It's dirty. I was
It's
dirty
Google
dancing.
filling in,
It's
bro.
dirty
Yeah.
dancing.
the
Dirty
pirouette.
dancing scene.
Yes.
Because this is what the
Just-
bus driver did to me when I was in 10th grade.
It's got to be images. Go to images. It's got to be on there.
No, yeah.
Yes, that's it.
Yeah, that
that's
one.
That's the one. That's,
Yeah, so
that's Ted coming out of the
That's
back of the
me
bus.
coming out of the bus as a
I
sophomore in
guarantee
high
you that's Ted coming out of the back of the bus. And like this was, you need to picture that as sophomore year of high
Yeah.
school. Like Ted's going through puberty right now. That guy in the
And they
bottom,
were like,
that
"Hey,
bus
we have to do
driver's
the
like,
bus.
Wow,
Hey
that's a
man, we
smell.
got to
I
do the
didn't know
bus
that."
drill again."
Yeah, here's a bus drill. Like this is not okay.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
yeah, right. See, here it is, right here. Yeah, I remember that. So that's
See,
what it was
now
out
here's
the
my
back.
thing. Here's my next invention. All right. How come there's not like one of those aircraft slides out of the back of that thing?
That's what I'm saying.
Yeah.
Well, I didn't
like,
need
like
it.
you open that door and whoosh,
I didn't
the
need
aircraft slide.
I didn't
comes
need an
out.
aircraft slide. I had a 72.
What is that?
I had-
oh, the
oh,
kid's gonna
God.
die.
I had
This
a-
is horrible.
yeah.
Oh my God.
I had a 72-year-old
We have
man
a
named.
bleeding warning here.
I had
for
a s-
anybody
I
that's
didn't need a
not watching
slide.
the screen. They had just a kid with a nosebleed.
I didn't need a slide. I had a 72-year-old man named Arnold who just like
Oh,
softly lifted
Man.
my 13-year-old body to the ground.
So I will now give a little background about me. It was not until my sophomore year of high school. I will tell you that right now. And I think this is my class's fault, to be honest.
Okay.
We had a reputation all the way through middle school. The last time I vividly remember having to do this was either 7th or 8th grade.
Mm.
And obviously we had done this. Probably, I think it was twice a year. I want to say.
Yeah, like
Twice a
fire
year.
drills.
Yeah.
Like you
You
had
guys
like.
are crazy.
Hold,
no way.
on. No, this gets worse. So
Yeah.
this is when.
Okay, so this is a regular childhood trauma for everybody.
Yeah, well, it wasn't a trauma for me. I quite enjoyed these days because me and my
He's very
my
good friends with the bus driver.
No. We learned
He was
how to
the last
pop
stop.
windows.
He always sat in front.
No,
You had to
no.
pop windows?
We learned how to.
The only
pop-
kid who
how to
wore a
pop the
seatbelt on the
windows.
bus.
So, well, all the good kids who would get their homework handed face up. All of us, we learned how to pop out the side windows, and we decided to leave school for the rest of the day.
Oh.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. So after that, they stopped doing those for us because also my other buddy decided to exit. I don't know if you had the bus that had the thing in the top.
Yeah, we had that.
Yep. Yeah. He climbed it and then
You're not supposed
used-
to get out of that unless the
Nope.
bus is on its side.
Yeah. Yeah. No. So that is my.
I grew up in
it was not
Colchester.
a-
Mine were death traps. We didn't have those.
It was not a trauma. It was
Yeah.
we used it as an escape.
Wow.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know how those little die car metal, like not Matchbox cars, but they were like the old Tinker Toy metal
Yeah.
buses. That's why I feel like your buses were probably.
Oh, yeah,
made out. Like the
mine
whole
were-
bus was just sheet metal,
Just-
but not like finished.
Just some guy in town was like, I don't know. I strapped some metal around my
Yeah.
tractor.
yeah.
Yeah.
That's why. That's
Oh,
this is horrible. I'm
yeah.
not
oh
going there.
goodness.
But anyway, so
This was Ted's bus right here.
Yeah, probably.
Yeah.
Just rusted.
So
Just an old tractor.
yeah. Anyway, I still think that the bidet on the bus
Dude,
would be a nice way
Dude,
to. to
what
school.
what buses were you taking? Where
Yeah,
there
wait a
was
minute.
bathroom.
There wasn't.
First class.
No, there wasn't. I'm saying there should be.
Oh, like there should be a first class.
Yeah.
Like a coach,
I mean, listen,
like a coach
the-
bus.
the-
You're talking
the-
like a coach bus.
Yeah.
No, the seats are high enough. Nobody's gonna look. Nobody can see. They should be in their seat.
Oh.
No.
Well.
Nope.
Well.
I
don't
think
know.
it's good enough.
I think
in
gotta
the-
go.
in the
I mean,
schools.
I think you've like you
Should I-
broke
so
the glass
here's-
cieling
here's
of
my
pooping
question
at
for you.
school.
Wait,
I
ha-
think
Here's my
that-
question.
Does
for
your
you.
custodian know?
No. So
Okay.
here's my question for you. All right. So this is another thing that I will briefly touch upon is when I started at the school system, staff meetings. So in the police department, staff meetings are serious. Like if you have a staff
big
meeting
time.
at the police department, it's like,
Yeah.
dude, this dude's on the loose for murder. We got to catch him. Here's
Are
this,
you talking
whatever.
like the briefing before your shift?
Or
Or if they call some sort of like all call, like every employee has to be there.
And like
yeah.
imagine like any other place. Like,
Yeah.
like, all right, guys, we just lost $40 million in this call. We got to do this. We got blah, blah, blah. Like, and then so I go to my first staff meeting at the school when I
Yeah.
was a brand new teacher. And in my brain, I'm like, it's gonna be some serious
This is crazy,
stuff. Like,
yeah.
I can't believe what's going
It's funny you say this
like,
because
what's going on? Like this is nuts. And like they just
they gave him a plant and that was the end of the meeting.
yeah.
That was Brandon's. He was like, hey dude, he's like, they called the whole staff meeting like about
Yeah.
me. Like what are they gonna like?
Yeah.
Am I already in trouble? I was like, no, dude, you're just gonna get a spider plant
Yeah, it's
from the cafeteria staff.
so I
it's just lettuce.
it's nuts though. Like they talk about like vague statistics. They're like, all right,
Yeah.
everybody, we got to do something about this early dismissal thing. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like what? Nobody even knows. Like and so but it goes
Chronic
on and on.
absenteeism.
But they always talk about general stuff, and then like occasionally they'll have like a PD, which is only like 20 minutes
Yeah.
because that's all they have.
But we
And
just had one, yeah.
yeah, and they would do like a quick lesson. Sometimes those are pretty valuable. Then like I'd say like once a month there's some treat for somebody's whatever, you know, and then
Yeah.
but like my question to you is would you if I
For
told
the
the
extent-
principal no I don't tell anybody. I tell the principal, "Hey,
I got something.
I need some time at the next staff meeting. Can you give me 5 minutes?" Because they'll be like, yeah, no problem. And then
That's the only slide. That's the
pull that
only
picture
slide up.
I pull that picture up on the screen and I say, "Hey, it's just a." So
Are
if
you tired?
So if anybody
Are you
wants to
tired
know,
of wiping your ass?
I successfully made a bidet that is portable. in
No,
the
see,
toilet
I
here
think
in
that's the
school.
problem. See, I think
Doesn't use
see,
state electricity.
see,
Doesn't
I
use
think-
water.
See, I think
I
you're.
bring it myself.
See, I think you're cutting yourself short, buddy.
Would you do that? I'm
Yeah.
not selling it to them.
No, it's how do you?
Can I get PTA money to
I-
put this in every
Yeah.
bathroom?
I think you're. I think you're
far
cutting
away-
yourself short, dude. I think you're starting off with too much. Like,
oh, you could be at
technical
least
stuff.
10
I think.
feet
I
away.
think you gotta just have that on screen and say, "Are you tired of wasting half of your prep period by wiping your own butt?"
with
Are you
sandpaper.
tired of spending money on toilet paper?
Yeah.
Right. I am curious. How
Would you
far
like to be
away is
shower
your toilet
fresh?
paper dispenser, by the way? Because
It's not
not
far.
really
No,
in that video, you
and
don't
it
see it, and
is.
you may
It's pretty
like,
far. Like
just
you
from- just
have to
from
get
this
you
photo.
have to get off the toilet and
you have to get
and
off the.
you got to do the waddle forward to get to the toilet paper.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's pretty rough. Yeah. Also, look at that light switch electrical thing. Which, by the way, I don't know why there's power there, but that's from,
crazy.
That is from years of urine hitting that, and it's
Oh,
actually
yeah, dude, that thing
burns
is-
the paint off. So our school is older.
That thing is radioactive.
My school is 70 years old, and to be fair, that is really clean for 70 years. Like
That's not
they
bad.
do a good job. Our custodians are friggin' awesome. But I also have
just
not
right
shown
here,
this.
There's still no toilet paper.
I have not shown this to the custodians yet, which I think is funny. Like because they're gonna die laughing. They're
Oh,
gonna
yeah, big
absolutely.
time.
But see, my fear is this, and this is a genuine fear. Like I don't want people to come and use it. Like this is mine. Like it's in my bag.
Well, I mean, like
You know?
they would have to actually know how to hook it up and
no,
like
it's
take
easy.
it
You just,
from.
you just
Well, I know. I'm just saying,
Well,
like,
you literally just put
Why
it
don't
on.
you just leave it for all?
yeah,
That's
an
interesting
equitable.
question. Well, that's interesting
Because
you probably
we're
could.
talking about
All you
how
have to
just
do is fill it with
transporting it yourself all the time.
Yeah,
But
you're
if
right.
if you got that 55 barrel drum,
Well, you wouldn't even need that because
Yeah,
that
you
thing
just-
will last a week. Easy.
Yeah, you just
And it's USB-C.
and that could
fill
be
it up
when
when
your contribution to your 7-year-old
every
school
Friday
that
I'll
just
every
got-
Friday I'll
that
come
just
get
got
it.
some intercom system.
I don't
So,
know. That's
I mean,
Hey, food for thought.
I don't know if so. There's a couple.
Food for
teachers-
thought's a funny
So
word
there's
when
a-
you're talking about
there's a-
blasting water into
There's
your
a
butt.
well, that's what I'm thinking. Like, there's a couple teachers at the school that I think this might actually be the end of their career. Like, they're already like, you know,
their
they've been teaching-
sphincter's not
they've
so
been-
tight
they've
anymore.
been teaching 30 years. You know,
Maybe this isn't for them.
they got the high blood pressure from Jimmy in economics. You know, and then they go and they go
You
and
want the liability of
they go and they you know, they hit that. You know, I just anyway. Dude, this episode was fun, man.
this is a great episode.
So we're ending on the fact that Dave is just saving that for himself and him.
Yeah,
only.
Dave
Dave will
is
be. Dave,
So,
will be
Dave
walking
is
with that.
selfishly going to be
Dave will be
blasting his
walking
butthole
with
with
that.
water.
I have to tell you how this started because it's funny, super quick. But like when I was in that room taking a picture, a couple of the seniors like, "What are you doing?" I'm like, "They told us we couldn't have a bidet," and they're like, that's when I got them all cheered up.
Yeah.
And we were talking with the kids, and I'm like, "Go get the garden hose." And they're like, "What?" I'm like, "The garden hose." And like, "It'll reach here, stretch it." And like, so they hooked up the garden hose, and we brought the garden hose with the sprayer into the bathroom. I'm like, "This is our solution." And they're like, "You can't run a garden hose through the entire class and through the shop, like into the bathroom. Like, that's a little crazy." I'm like, "You're right. We can't do that." And then I went with something way crazier.
Well, I think it worked, and I
And it's not for you, Ted. It is just for Dave.
Yeah, it's just for
was a
Dave.
happy birthday to you bag, but it's fine.
I was gonna say like this. I thought it was a gift for me, but it was
Well,
really
the
it was
surprise
a
was
gift.
a
It was a gift for our listeners.
The
I
surprise
guess.
was a gift for you. Your reaction was what I was
Yeah,
looking for.
no, for sure.
Yeah, when
Um,
he texted me, I was like, "This is gonna be."
Yeah, I
That was
texted
fantastic.
Goose,
I
I'm like,
love it.
I'm like, "Do you have the ability to play a video yet?" And he goes, "Yes." I go,
I
and
love
I sent
that.
him the thing. He goes, "Oh my god!" It was just all OMGs because I sent him the video. He's like, "OMG, you actually made it?" Oh yeah, yeah.
I love that.
I just had laughing emojis
Um,
the whole time.
I'm gonna
Wait
leave-
till next week. When
I can't
hook
wait
up-
till next
when I
week.
hook up a taser to the toilet seat.
Well, that's somebody who doesn't clean it off
Well,
properly.
yeah.
I'll leave it on this note. Our listeners, thank you so much for tuning in for another
Hey, our
freaking
socials,
fantastic,
or everything is
another
Everything.
fantastic episode of non-professional
I was
development.
thinking the same thing.
Please hit us up on all of our socials. If you're loving this on YouTube, smash that subscribe button
Yeah,
down
and if
below.
you weren't listening on YouTube, man, you need to actually check that because the
Yeah, some of the
video
stuff,
from this
yeah.
one, the video,
Yeah,
and the
for
pictures,
our-
like
for
the
our
pictures
non-
of how I made the
Yeah.
bidet itself are there. And,
Yeah.
and
Peep
I will-
into that.
I'll provide the Amazon links
For our
product.
listeners who are on your way to work, please catch us
I'm
wherever
sorry.
you get your favorite podcast, whether it is Apple Podcasts, whether that is Spotify, wherever you get your favorite podcast. Non-professional development is going to be where you find us. All of our socials at non-professional development. Please come and check us out. If you want to help us out a little bit, get us off the floor, hit us up on our Patreon. We will have that out soon. We're going to have some after-hour stuff where we're going to be showing you some crazy stuff. Goose and I are going to get behind the camera. We're going to be doing some stuff that's just off-teacher stuff. That's going to be where you pay for it. So hit us up on our Patreon. And I do also
our
want to
sponsor.
set up.
Red Planet Resorts.
I'll get there too. Also, if you want to hit us up just for this basic podcast, just little stuff to kind of help us on our way, we're going to set up a buy us a coffee at Non-Professional Development. That's just going to help us with little things around here. If you're loving what you're hearing, loving what you're seeing, please write into us. We'd love to hear your teacher stories. We're always about it. We're always about here having fun. So
I have to,
you know?
you're talking about that. I know the episode's pretty much over, but you're like,
Oh,
if you're on
please.
your way to work and you're like, imagine that the butt blaster bidet was on a billboard when you were driving to work.
the Butt Blaster 5,000.
But like, think about all the people that
you
work.
always got to add 5,000.
Think about all the people that work in office buildings, and that
Yeah,
is
man.
industrial toilets. Like, I think there's a market for
I was thinking about my work
battery-powered
already, so,
bidet.
yeah.
There's somebody is going to steal this idea from us, and we're going to know it's one of our viewers, and we'll find you. So you better sign up for the Patreon. One last time,
We'll take
a
a small cut.
huge thank you to our sponsors at Red Planet Resorts. If you want to get off this planet, but not get off this planet,
Cool gift for a friend.
yeah, cool gift for a friend. You want to get off this planet by not getting off this planet? Come check them out. Totally awesome custom design.
Thank
Go
you,
check-
Goose, by the way.
Yeah.
For,
Thank you,
another
Goose,
great
for
episode.
actually being the craziest producer ever who just always shows out and hooks us up. All right.
Mine is just
Thank
gonna
you
be a
again
line
for
of
checking us out.
bidets.
We are
You
non-professional
surf the
development.
bidets as you're
It
going
ended.
out.
We ended.
Good. We'll see you next week.
It's still filming, but I already have the ending
I don't know. I like this as the ending.
We will see you next week.
because it's us.
No, because it's a great idea.
All right, no. Now pull up 1918 Santa Claus.
But imagine you have these very powerful battery powered devices, and you come out of the back of the bus and you just surf across them till they go to lower